Big Mac, bigger paycheck, am I right?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Anyway, McDonald's in the US, on average, pays $9 an hour, with no benefits. And a Big Mac here costs, again, on average, $5.81. Meanwhile, McDonald's in Denmark pays $22 an hour, with 6 weeks vacation, 1 year paid maternity leave, life insurance, and a pension. But somehow a Big Mac is cheaper there, just $4.82. It's also worth mentioning that in Denmark, these wages aren't determined by some nationwide minimum wage. In fact, Denmark doesn't have a nation minimum wage. What they do have is a very robust union presence. So issues like wages and vacation time are often decided through collective bargaining. Full disclosure, this data is back from 2020. The reason I found this relevant is because minimum wage in California is being raised to $20 an hour for fast food workers, which is still a bit lower than the average McDonald's salary in Denmark 3 years ago. So when there are a lot of people out here complaining about the recent pay raise, saying that this is going to raise the price of food even higher, well, we know that's not true. We just saw wages and prices don't have to always directly correlate. In fact, someone was nice enough to put together a Big Mac index, which is just a fantastic term, by the way. So we can compare the cost of a Big Mac between countries in US dollars. Let's focus on US and Mexico as a convenient example. A Big Mac in the United States costs $5.58, while the average wage is roughly $74,000. Meanwhile, a Big Mac in Mexico still costs $5.58, but their minimum wage is just $9,000. That means if your average American spent his entire salary on Big Macs, which is probably not the best investment, you can't live in a Big Mac fort, can you? Well, not for too long anyway, until it rots.
Why, that's the most diabolical Krabby Patty ever spawned.
But if he did, he could afford nearly 14,000 of them, which is a lot of Big Macs. In fact, it's just over 38 Big Macs a day. And with those kind of numbers, you'd be giving Gorski a run for his money. You know, Gorski, the guy that eats at least one Big Mac every single day, and he has since 1972, meaning he already celebrated his 50 years of Big Macs. Wow. But back on topic, your average Mexican could only purchase 1,600 of them, which is still more than 4 a day, so hey, at least they have a shot at that record. Watch your back, Gorski. Labor isn't even the main expense at McDonald's. Food, utilities, supplies, rent, equipment, and marketing make up over 80% of all expenses, meaning labor only accounts for 20% of their budget. The point is, minimum wage doesn't have to affect the price of food at McDonald's. They're just using it as a convenient excuse to raise the prices. I mean, after all, they're a company. And companies gonna company. They literally exist to make money. But we also exist in a free market, meaning while they can raise the prices,
You can't do this to us. It's not human.
Hey, free market economics, kids.
people don't have to keep buying McDonald's. In fact, you should probably stop. McDonald's isn't the best for you. Shocking, I know. And I'm sure you've heard this before, but vote with your dollar, not your tweet. Or X? Yeah. Well, anyway, higher wages aren't a bad thing. Adjusted for cost of living, wages have been stagnant since the 1970s. So I think we're more than due an increase in pay.